Welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. What are we doing today, guys? What are we doing? I can't ask you. I mean, come on. Like, if I ask you, you're just gonna keep me busy all day, and I don't have that sort of time. I mean, the adult family father life is not a simple one. With that being said, let's dive in to Crash of the Titans, because that's really all I got waiting for me. I mean, believe you me, I looked around. Okay, we just finished up Venom Bomb. Hearts of Darkness is starting up, which means there's no boss coming up this weekend, right? I mean, unless they double dip us, but they haven't done that in like years. And there's really no special versus things going on, so this is it for now. Of course, until a poll comes, because we know Kamala Khan's going to be in a poll soon. But anyways, Crash the Titans. Gotta hit this because I'm going away on a few days soon. I'm going on a little vacation again. Hey, I deserve it. So Crash the Titans against Ghost. Hi Blackjack. Black Joker, I'm sorry, wrong name. Crash the Titans against Ghost. Ghost is, well, when Ghost was introduced to the game, she was one of the few, if only, I think just few, characters in the game at the time that introduced a passive ability to have a better match damage. To be specific, if you have it set to level 5, she actually has 300% stronger match damage, which is still quite amazing to this day. However, it didn't affect her actual end numbers. It's just whenever she makes a match, it's 300% stronger. It's not that her numbers are 300% better. It might not make that much sense to you, but think of it this way. It looks at everyone's numbers, puts their emblem on the tile, and then if Ghost tiles get matched, then it does the multiplication, that 300% addendum, making her the one that does the damage. Whereas nowadays, they'll add the percentage on beforehand. So like for Colossus 5-star, for example, or I think 4-star Juggernaut follows that rule. I know Blob follows those rules. If his match damage is any X amount percentage higher, it actually adds that onto his raw match damage numbers, and hence his emblems will appear on the gems as they should. Ghost was in this earlier version of the game where it didn't do that. It just gave you an extra percentage of damage, but only if her tiles are matched first. So it's a little lackluster. So her, Talos, and a few other characters, I think America Chavez, they fall into that line. It doesn't make them any worse per se. It's just, well, nowadays they're not as shiny as these newer ones because they'll just give you immediate gratification, making them really good tanks. Anyways, she also was a match damage dealer that had invisibility on her side. She can go invisible. So you're getting match damage off while invisible, like increased match damage. And she could heal if you match your invisibility tiles. So she had a really good package all around. That's pretty much the gist of her. She has some random damage dealing abilities in there too, but the point is you have just a strong match damage person that can go invisible and keep herself healthy if needed. Of course, when she's invisible, there's like a cooldown period where her damage is set back to 100%, not 300%. But, it was a small price to pay to have all that ability, invisibility, healing, and all that stuff. You get it? You get the point? Yeah. So was she OP at the time? Not really, but she was definitely different. She threw a monkey wrench into some people's plans, but we overcame it. It wasn't a big hiccup in the road, really, a big bump. She still can be quite viable today if you build around the idea that you have this match damage titan, so to speak, with invisibility. But I think we got better match damage options nowadays. Sorry, Ghost. Anyways, let's see what we're going to take her down with. Elsa Bloodstone. Do I have room for 2 in my group? I'm sorry, Black Joker. 2 in my group? No, I don't even have room for 1. My alliance is quite full, but honestly, every time an opening happens, I posted on the Facebook group, Marvel Puzzle Quest Tokens. So feel free to look for the group on Facebook, Marvel Puzzle Quest Tokens. I post on there quite regularly. So when an opening does happen, anyone who sees it first come, first serve, is welcome to jump on in the Alliance when it opens up. So good luck. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but you're welcome to try when an opening happens. Oh boy, Elsa Bloodstone. No problem, dude. Elsa is a recent character, recent addition to the game. Same colors as Ghost. I think that's all they're going for here. I don't see where the connection would lie otherwise. But she has these abilities that, well, they're different. Let's just start there. First off, one of the highlights of her kit is her red. I'll put it at 5 just so you can see the numbers, but it's a red that stuns all airborne and invisible enemies for 3 turns. If you don't understand why that's important, I need you to review the facts. When someone is airborne, they are untargetable. There's only, 2 abilities now in the game that target someone that's airborne? This Bloodstone Gem Power and 5-star Archangel's blue passive. That is it. So when she came out and had this, people were like, wait, what? She can do that? Now, are airborne threats all that common? Not all the time. No, not really. Are you going to use her all the time? Probably not. But the fact that you have this in your pocket, in case you're going against a team that has airborne people, like Vulture, like Throg, like Black Knight, like Icarus, you get the point. If you have someone that's going to be in airborne, this only costs 7 red. It stuns them out of the sky for 3 turns and does damage to them. It's a beautiful ability. And not to mention it works on the invisible peeps too. I mean, it's something to keep note of, and it's cheap. So, anyways, that's a highlight of this character. The other 2 abilities, maybe not as highlighty, is that a word? But they're still good. Yes, right, Black Joker. Great on Vulture, Professor X, you get it. Ta Darling. It's the most expensive of her abilities, but honestly, it is pretty darn damaging. This is gonna come back around in our conversation, so keep this in mind, this part right here. Deals damage to the target, an okay amount. Choose a tile, destroy 8 tiles around it. So not the one you choose, just 8 tiles around it, and 3 other random tiles. And you deal 1400 damage, in my case here, for every yellow tile destroyed. Okay? It doesn't state a max. So, I mean, let's just say theoretically all 8 tiles are yellow, which they wouldn't be, because it's impossible. But, you get the idea. Plus the 3 other ones, if they're yellow. That's your cap right there. You can actually get a lot of damage out of this blue ability if you target a bunch of yellows. Let's say you get a nice little block that has 4 yellows in it. I mean, that's an extra 6,000 damage on top of that 2,000. So you got over 8,000 damage, plus board shake. That's not bad. It's really not. For a 4-star character to pull that off, it's not horrible at all. So I'm going to circle back to that. Like I stated, her T-break, it only can cost 8, which isn't a ton. The first part's pretty decent. Converts 5 green basic tiles, which she doesn't use, right, to black trap tiles, which she doesn't use, that deal damage when matched or destroyed by either team. So if you or the enemy destroys or matches them, damage is done. They're actually pretty decent. I mean, it's only 1,000 damage, but you're getting rid of 5 green tiles, turning them into black tiles, right? Now look at that passive. If there are 10 or more black tiles on the board, which you just made 5, at the start of your turn, convert 2 of them to yellow. Now, she doesn't use black. She doesn't use yellow. But this definitely likes yellow. And since we're talking black and yellow, who do you think she's a good partner of? If you said Cloak and Dagger, you're 100% correct. Cloak and Dagger love making black, and they love making yellow. Cloak and Dagger definitely will help you out a ton if you're playing Elsa Bloodstone on some sort of team. But, once again, I usually only use her if there's maybe an airborne invisible threat that's going to be around. I mean, but one more note. When she's boosted, look at her blue ability. You can't see it now, but when next time she's boosted an event, take a look at her. Look at her blue ability. It does a crazy amount of damage when it's boosted. It's just something to note. Anyways, this is what we got to use to beat up Ghost. And of course, Ghost goes invisible, right? So we might want to stockpile our red early. Keep that in mind. Ready, go. And since this is a one-on-one fight, animations are on. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We want reds, we want blues, we want yellows. Well, I said yellows. That's funny. I just want to look for yellows. Red, blues, purples. Jeez. Act like I haven't done this before. We want to stockpile the reds, but I'm not seeing any around. So I guess I'll just take the purple to start. It's okay. Take all that you want, sir. I'm going to leave those greens there. Because honestly, what's going to happen here is the computer's going to take a match 4 of the greens herself. And she doesn't need them. See, she doesn't need that. And quite frankly, I don't need it either. So she can have it. Here's a conundrum. If I take that red horizontal right here, I'm leaving her a match 4 purple. And I think her purple leads into invisibility. I could be wrong. Let me double check. Yep, makes her invisible. We don't want her getting invisible. So I'm going to take the purple first, okay? I'd rather her take the red. Just for that point, I don't want her to go invisible at all. In the meantime, I can use this purple to have a tea break. Yum yum. Earl Grey. Anyways. So now those are there on the board. And there's some extra damage from the tea break. Because remember, anybody matches or destroys them, either team, there's an extra 1,000 damage. I'll take this. Gets me closer to another tea break. I'll take the match 5. Thank you. All because of those extra blacks on the board that made that easier to happen. I'll do this again. It's going to make me more yellow out there. Which, once again, I'm not going to use. But... I guess I'll take the red. I could have took the crit, but honestly... Oh, I forgot she does more damage on blue. I should have taken that. My bad. Well, I'm ready to fire off my gun. It's only got to do 2,000 because I didn't put that many points in it. I put more stock into her blue, so maybe I should have taken that earlier. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to not care about it. She's not that close to getting invisible yet, right? It takes 10 purple. She only has 3, so maybe I should just fire this off now and get the damage out. I don't know. You know what? Let's do this. We'll fire it off. I keep thinking it's her gun. You know, I don't know why. Red ability just in my head equates to using my gun. How close is she to using her red? Her red needs 10. I don't want to set her up to use the red. I'll do this. There we go. I was hoping she'd do something like that. I would like... I don't know if I like those options. So if I match this match 4, right? I could leave her with a match 4 in that purple, depending on how the purples fall. It's a possibility. If I match it vertically, like from here going on up, that purple's going to fall and give her a match 4. I'll get a match 4 out of the yellows above it, but I don't think that's worth it. So I think I might just ignore the entire setup and go for just one of my trap tiles, like this. Oh, she went for it. Oh, and she got paid for it. I should have just went for it. That's silly. Sometimes you just gotta go for it, and then that's one of those times that I didn't, and I should have. How much should I need? 4 more red. She doesn't have enough red, blue, or purple to do any special moves. So I'm thinking right here. You can stop anytime now. Thank you. She doesn't have enough red, purple, or wait, what's her purple name? 10, 10, 10, and 0. Oh, it's right. Okay, I'm going to set myself up for the win here. Assuming she doesn't get some crazy cascade. And that should be it. Because match the trap. Done. Not the hardest fight ever, and honestly that could have been done a lot sooner if I would have put all 5 levels into my red. I could have shot her out of the sky for, like, you know, an extra 6,000 damage instead of 2,000 damage. So I probably should have built her that way. I was putting all my money into the blue ability, which honestly I like its damage ability, but my bad. I should have put it in the red. How are you supposed to know which is going to be more prevalent color in a match, red or blue? How do you know? You just don't. Anyways, yeah, thank you, Black Joker. I appreciate it. And that's really it. That's the Crash the Titans for Deadpool's Daily for Elsa Bloodstone versus Ghost. I don't have anything else lined up in here. I'm hoping a pull video to get made real soon for Kamala Khan. I mean, she's got to jump in here anytime soon, right? Right? Probably going to be like, what, next week, Monday, something like that? I don't know the exact timings of these things. I used to look at the forums all the time. Now I only look at them once, twice a week, maybe. But it's all good. We'll get there when we get there. I got 898 CP right now. It's burning a hole in my pocket, and we'll spend that and whatever else we get when she comes along with, well, whoever she drags into that 5-star store. So thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Okay, later, y'all.